Is, of course, the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Now we're about ready to show you selected rounds of last Monday's heavyweight championship fight in the Astrodome in Houston. We shall begin with round one
of the fight. Now there I am saying my prayers to Allah as I usually do before every fight. As I was saying earlier, I'm glad the people in the American television audience who have been distorted by the press and their view of the fight, they can actually watch this now. There I just hit him with a flurry of punches.
You started fast.
Well, yes, I always like to start off fast sometimes, especially in this case. Now I'm concentrating on just moving, feeling him out, dancing from side to side, staying on my toes, and Terrell is stalking me. I understand that his intentions were to corner me. As you see, he's missing his jabs by a long range. And I understand from reading the press write-ups that blindness caused him to miss in the later rounds. And I'm sure that if he was blind, which I don't believe he was, he can't hit me now.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop editorializing unless I ask you a question as we go. I don't want to distract the viewers from the fight, and I want to make it very clear to the viewers around this country that when you say the press is distorted, this is you speaking, your opinion, not the views necessarily of ABC or how it...
Right, and this is not only me speaking, the movie that you're watching now is speaking also.
Let's let the film speak for itself.
And I'll speak along with it.
In terms of
he just rabbit punched me once, which was a foul. Now he's hitting and holding, that's a foul. He's hitting and holding, that's a foul. And I heard nothing about that in the press and the critics. There I just jabbed him. There he just missed about 2 jabs.
George Chavallo worked with me at ringside, scored the fight for me, gave this round to Terrell. So did many of the writers.
Well, if you watch it, it's easy to see that I'm winning. If you know anything about boxing, he's rabbit punching me now, and that's about 6 fouls he just landed. About 6 fouls I read nothing about in the press. He hasn't touched my face yet, and I think I've hit him a good 10 times in the face, so I don't see how he won that round. He just missed that jab. He caught me with very few jabs. He just missed that.
Yeah, but you kept moving in the way you did against Liston and Miami Beach.
Yes, I always move.
All right, you were respectful of him at this stage of the fight, weren't you?
Yeah, I respect all of my opponents. I just hit him with another jab there before you... Now he's rabbit punching again. That's another foul right there.
That's the end of round one. We'll be back with the start of round two right after this message. All right, we're ready for round two. Ali, you take over.
I'd like to say highway for the press and the people who will be watching the fight, and on the behalf of ABC that this is unrehearsed, and I'm speaking on my behalf, and I like to tell all the critics there not to criticize Howard Cassius, because he's only doing his job at interviewing me and showing the fight, and I'm talking for myself and in defense of myself.
We don't want this to be a forum for you. Let's be clear about that. Tell us about the fight.
Yes, Howard, that's... Now you see me putting my guard out and blocking his punches before he threw them. This is a style that Jack Johnson used. I'm feeling him out mostly, staying on my toes. They told me he had a hard, fast left, and I'm watching that also. There he's fouling me now with 2 and hitting on the holding and hitting 2. He committed about 5 legal fouls there. And I'm saying this because so much emphasis is put on me and my fouling. There's 3 more fouls he just committed there. And the referee now is telling him to keep his punches up. As you see, he was hitting me low, below my belt. think it's real hypocritical to, there he just butted me in my stomach. And if I had moved, he would have hung himself in the ropes. But it was my body that stopped him from running outside the ring. They're just hitting with an uppercut and 2 hooks. That's another jab.
Why isn't he using the left the way everyone expected?
Well, Howard, he tried, but I just wasn't there. And as you see, he's jabbing, but he's missing. And this is before the time that he was supposed to have been blind, and they say he saw 2 or 3 figures. Well, the way he's punching now, he still sees 2 or 3 figures. Films don't lie. That's why I'm glad the people here in the American public can watch and see the film at the same time. And I'd also like to say that the sports writers who were at the fight, the way they wrote about the fight was really terrible, and I just hope that the news writers that we have reporting news from other countries are not as wrong as they are, because it would be hard to tell.
Let's not have a political forum, Muhammad.
I have to defend myself, Howard. All of the press and the people were against me for just doing my job at beating under Terrell. He was out to beat me, and I was out to beat him. And as far as the fight being a brutal 15 rounds is concerned, that's up to the referee. It's his job to stop it if he think it deserves stopping. It's up to the doctor to stop the fight and the judges. So don't criticize and condemn me for whooping under Terrell, because either he was going to beat me or I was going to beat him. I just did my job.
That's the end of round 2. We'll be back with round 3 in a moment. First, this message.
Speaking of my expression and my point of view, in the past you have always defended me when there was 2 fouls. There's more rabbit punches that he's throwing now, outright fouls. And I read nothing, I heard nothing about this. But in the meanwhile, we're waiting for my foul. In the past, I was saying earlier, you have always condemned opponents, mainly Chevalo, for deliberately hitting me low. And I haven't heard you today yet say nothing in defense of me as far as Ernie Terrell's hitting me in my private is concerned, rabbit punching me, and hitting on breaks, butting me, and hitting me behind my head. And I don't know if the press have scared you or not.
You make a fair point, and the answer to that is no. We're going to let these films speak for themselves.
Well, you usually help show the people.
Later, you're going to talk with me, and we're going to get into the area of your behavior, which I think has truly brought the press of this country down against you. And we won't get to that until round 8, when you vocally taunt Terrell. As to the fouls, let's get back to the fight and let the public see.
He just butted me again there, and he's rabbit punching me too. Those 2 good clean hooks. As you notice, I'm fighting clean all the way, nothing but boxing and moving. There he's I have to really.
Well, he said you had him in a hammerlock there.
No, that was nothing. The way this man fights, it's really hard to fight him. He makes all of his opponents look bad. He's known for that. I have to keep moving, or if I don't, he'll just hug me and hold me on the ropes.
I think Chevalo put it rather well. He said that from the beginning you had your fighting rhythm. Terrell did not.
My part of the fight so far is awful clean. I haven't noticed a foul or no dirt yet. And I've seen, imagine 50 times he has fouled. Right now he's fouling. There was a foul. He's still fouling. Now I'm supposed
That's
to...
That's the spot at which you were supposed to have rubbed Terrell's eye against the rope.
Right.
Your version.
Well, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see me rubbing his eye against the rope, and I don't think that I'm that skillful to just take a man that quick and just rub his eye on the rope. I don't have to do that. I'm beating him to rub his eye on the rope. I'm beating him so easy. Why would I want to rely on the ropes to help win the fight?